In the quiet town of Willowbrook lived a woman named Emily Dawson. She was 58 years old. And her life, though comfortable, had become very still. Once filled with the laughter of children and the comforting presence of her husband, the house now echoed with silence. Her husband had passed away 5 years ago, and her 2 grown children lived in distant cities, busy with their own lives and careers. Phone calls came, but rarely. Visits, even less. Emily worked as a librarian at the town library, a job she had loved in her younger days. But now, as her retirement loomed just months away, a shadow of unease hung over her heart. She feared the growing quiet, the empty days ahead with no routines, no meaningful engagement, and no one to share them with. The idea of loneliness terrified her more than age itself. One cloudy afternoon, while clearing out a storage closet she hadn't opened in years, Emily found a dusty old art box. Inside were tubes of dried paint, faded sketchbooks, and a few worn-out brushes, relics of a time long past. As she touched them, memories came flooding back, the smell of acrylics, the joy of mixing colors, the peace she once felt while painting alone in the attic as a young girl. She loved painting. But life, marriage, motherhood, work, had quietly pushed that dream into a forgotten corner. Something stirred inside her. That evening, Emily visited the local art shop. It had been decades, but the sight of fresh paints and blank canvases brought tears to her eyes. With a flutter of nervous excitement, she bought a starter kit and set up a small art corner in her living room by the window. At first, her hands trembled, and her strokes felt unsure. But as days passed, the colors began to flow more confidently. She painted memories, her late husband's favorite garden, her children as toddlers playing in the backyard, even scenes from dreams she had long forgotten. Each painting gave voice to feelings she couldn't put into words. Slowly, her sadness began to soften, replaced by a quiet contentment she hadn't felt in years. Neighbors began to notice the light returning to Emily's eyes. A local cafe owner offered to display one of her paintings. Then another. People admired not just her art, but the emotion behind it. She even started a small blog, sharing her journey of rediscovery, and found herself connecting with others her age who had once set aside dreams of their own. Emily's retirement came and went, but instead of emptiness, it brought space for joy. She joined a community art group and began teaching beginner classes at the library where she once worked. Her once quiet home now echoed with color, creativity, and conversation. In embracing the things she once let go, Emily found not just her old self, but a whole new purpose. And in doing so, she proved that it's never too late to rediscover who you are, or to paint a new beginning.